Hey guys, welcome back. In this lesson I will show you how to use Boto3 library to upload files to S3 bucket. And of course, as usual, we will unit test our code using moto library. Okay, as you can see, I already pasted some code in our Cloud9 IDE just to save us a little bit of time for this video lesson. So first things first, we're importing several modules to support our example here. We are importing I/O module to have an ability to generate files in memory and upload these in-memory generated files to S3 bucket. I will show you this example a little bit later. We are importing login library to have an ability to log errors during our code execution. And of course, we are importing Boto3 library, our favorite AWS SDK for Python, and Boto core library. And we are importing Boto core library to have an ability to catch any errors related to the file upload operations if we need to. And again, I will show you how to do it exactly. Next, several lines are importing and enabling logger, which we're going to use to log our errors. Next, we are creating an S3 client, which we will use in all methods in this example. So I decided to make this client global variable. Next, let's start from a regular file upload operation. So the file gonna be located on our file system, and we will upload this file from the file system to the S3 bucket. So what do we need to achieve this goal? First of all, we need to know the file name, we need to know the name of the bucket, we need to know the object name, the file name which we would like to use to store our local file name in S3 bucket. And of course, all this information should be provided to our upload file to S3 method, right? In addition to that, if we need to provide additional arguments to S3 client upload file method, we are providing this args additional argument just to pass through the parameters to this method if needed. So the logic of this method is pretty simple. First of all, we are checking if the object name, the destination file name, is provided. If not, we are using the file name as an object name. And all we need to do is to call S3 client upload file method, where we're providing all these arguments. We are surrounding this method with a try catch block, where we are catching any potential errors related to the file upload operation. Usually it's a client error, and if we are getting this error, we are just logging it, and of course we are returning false from our method. If the file being successfully uploaded to the S3, we are returning true as a result from this method execution. That's simple. Okay, now what we need to do to generate file in memory and upload it to S3 bucket afterwards. This is another pretty common use case, and I think you should be aware of it. So first of all, as I already mentioned, we are using the standard I/O module. We're gonna be using bytes.io class from this module to support our file operations in memory. So as you can see, we are generating a file object in memory. We are adding a couple of lines, text lines in there. Then we are moving the pointer to the beginning of the file, and we are ready to upload this file to S3 bucket. To do that, we need to use slightly different method. This method is called upload file object method in S3 client. And here, the only difference from upload file method is that we need to provide this file descriptor over here, which is going to be used to read the content of the file and stream the content to the S3 file object. Now, again, the implementation of try catch block is pretty similar to the previous example, so we will not provide any additional comments here. To test our code, as usual, we're gonna import unit test module to write a unit test. We will import our Boto3 library. As usual, we will import moto library, and from this moto library, we will import mock S3 to mock S3 API in our unit test. And of course, additionally, we are importing the OS method to have an ability to clean up the artifacts after our test execution. I will show you what exactly I mean in a second. So the test class itself is pretty simple and straightforward. We are creating a setup method over here, which will be executed before every single test case method execution. So basically it means that we are going to create an S3 resource and S3 bucket before every single test method, right? So we're gonna be dealing with a brand new empty S3 bucket, which is called test bucket. Next, let's test our first case with a regular file uploaded from the file system. To do that, as usual, we're importing the method from the upload file, py file. Next, we are creating a test file txt. We are populating it with some data. Then we are using our method to upload it to our in-memory mocked S3 bucket. So as soon as our method is executed, we need to verify that the file being uploaded successfully. To do that, we are creating an object representing our S3 bucket. Then we are getting a list of objects from the S3 bucket by a specified prefix. So we are using the file name over here. We are making sure that the amount of objects equals to 1. Basically, we are expecting just only one file to be uploaded. We are checking the file that the file name matches the actual file name which we uploaded, and we are checking out that basically the method, like upload file to S3 method, returned us a true result. And of course, at the end of this test method, we are deleting the artifact, just because I mean, it's my personal preference. I'd like to keep everything clean. So to test the upload of generated file object to the S3 bucket, we are following pretty much the same logic, but here, as soon as the file is generated in memory inside of this method, we don't have to write any additional code to do that for us. So we are just simply importing the required method from the upload file, executing our method, and basically checking pretty much the same conditions, right? If, of course, you can write an additional logic to validate the file content if needed. All you need to do is just to download the file, read it, make sure that its content basically is exactly the same as you expect, and voila. But it's not the purpose for this specific video, and yeah, basically we just covered the unit test for our file upload operations. Now let's execute it. To do that, all we need to do is just to call Python S3 license upload file, test upload file py, and give it a couple of seconds to execute. As you can see, we ran 2 tests, and everything being executed successfully without any errors. Thank you for your attention. Stay tuned and see you in the next lesson.